Hi, my name is Wayne Thompson. I'm a rental representative for LGH Canada. We are located in Oakville, Ontario, just off the QEW at 3rd line by the Bronte GO station. We have a 25,000 square foot warehouse behind me. And what I like to do now is take you inside, show you around, show you our equipment that we have for lifting, rigging, hydraulics, tuggers, you name it, we pretty much have it. So let's go inside. This is our customer pickup area. Once orders are processed, for smaller orders, generally the customers will come to this door, walk inside the door. There's a little bell there they can ring. If there's nobody around, everybody's busy. They'll pick up here, or if it's bigger equipment, they will pick it up around the back of the building at our loading docks. We have 2 at the back of the building. So let's go inside and have a look. This is our 25,000 square foot warehouse. I'd like to show you around. If you notice in the background, we have a 150,000 pound capacity test station because all of our equipment is certified when it goes out the door. We are probably one of the largest rental facilities in Ontario, if not across Canada. And I'd like to show you exactly what we have in the warehouse. Behind me is an assortment of our hand chain hoists or hand blocks that we have at our warehouse. If you'll notice, all of our blocks are sitting on the racks with no chain on. That's the niche of LGH. We custom chain hoists to the customer's requirements. So if you need 10 foot, 15, 25, 50, depending on the size of the hoist, we can chain it up custom as you need it. We have a range of 1-ton hand chain blocks all the way up to 32-ton hand chain blocks, which don't go out a lot, but they're used in delicate alignment situations on big pieces of equipment. They are cumbersome, but they are available at our warehouse in Oakville. Behind me is a selection of our air chain hoists that we have here at our warehouse in Oakville. We have a range of 1-ton air chain hoists up to these bad boys at 60-ton, which are custom chained. Our chain is all tumbled, and we're going to go take a look and show you what we have as far as bulk chain in our facility here in Oakville. Behind me is the bulk chain we talked about before for the blocks and the air chain hoists. We have the largest selection of bulk chain I know anywhere, and which gives us the capability to custom chain each item to the customer's requirements. We also have a chain tumbler, which we'll see in a little bit. So when the chain comes back in off of a job, we put it in the tumbler, it gets cleaned up, looks like new, goes back into the storage, whether it's on the spools or in the barrels, and then it's ready for use for the next rental. Behind me is our test stand that we have here in Oakville. All of our hoists, hand blocks, air chain, electric chain hoists are tested to 125% capacity. And then each hoist goes out the door with the test certifications along with the paperwork. So the paperwork is on site for any safety guys that may want to see certification of the equipment. We have capacity up to 150,000 pounds. We can virtually test everything that we have in the shop here in Oakville. So behind me is our assortment of gantries. We have both aluminum and steel gantries in stock. Aluminums, we have 1-ton, 2-ton, 3-ton, and 5-ton. The 1-ton and the 5-ton gantries are porta gantries, which are limited to the length of the beam that's available on those. The 2-ton and the 3-ton aluminums are variable height with inserts and extensions. Plus, we have a variation of beam lengths for them from 8 foot up to 15 foot. The steel gantries we have are 5-ton, 7.5-ton, and 10-ton with the same capabilities relative to height of the beam on the gantry as well as the length of the beam, again, up to 15 feet. So we pretty much got everything covered you need relative to span. Behind me is our assortment of different gantry beams that we have available, both aluminum and steel. And as I said before, we can go from 8 foot to 15 feet and actually up to 20 feet on a 1-ton aluminum that it's capped and it's restricted based on the length, but they're all available here in Oakville. Behind me are a few of our skip pens, which we have available in Oakville. 4x8s, capacity up to 6,000 pounds. We have the smaller material baskets available, and we also have some large material 4x14s, which are actually out on rent. These are very popular on construction sites for debris removal, and most of the time they go out on long-term rentals up to a year at a time. Behind me is an assortment of material lifts, contractor lifts. We also have man baskets, roustabouts, crane fork attachments, plus telescopic fork booms that are very popular on job sites, particularly in small, tight spaces. We have a wide variation of all three of these units, all available to rent in Oakville. This is our paint booth here in the Oakville facility. All of our equipment, once it comes back off of rent, it's stripped if it's a hoist, cleaned up, and then repainted before it goes back into the shop, ready for re-rental. We do that with every piece of equipment. I've had people tell me that they like to use our equipment because when customers get equipment that looks new, they treat it like new, works out better for everybody. Over here is our chain tumbler, which we talked about for our bulk chain. We do a lot of work with cement plants and whatnot. The chain can get pretty crusty looking. Once the hoist or whatever is stripped, they throw this into the tumbler. The chain is tumbled for about an hour and a half. But when it comes out, it looks brand new, and that's the way it goes back into our hoist for the next rental. This is our modular spreader beam collection. We have varying sizes, struts. So we carry the Mod 24. This is an order that's getting ready to go out on Monday. Then we carry the Mod 50s, which has a 50-ton capacity. And then we move from the Mod 50s, we have the C-Mod capacity, which the guys in the field refer to as a box beam. So it basically has 4 corners on it. You can lift from 4 points. Excellent for lifting up construction trailers, sea cans, all kinds of good stuff like that. And then at the end, we have our 110H capability mod beams. So they're good for 110 metric tons, and we can go out as wide as 48 feet. Behind me is the selection we have of polyester round slings, or Kevlars as they're referred to in the field. We have capacities from 33,000 pound capacity in a vertical lift up to 200,000 pound capacity in a vertical lift. These units are sent out with our modular spreader beams as top rigging, or they're rented just on their own for lifting capacities by our customers. They go out all the time. Behind these on the other rack are our wire rope slings, which are a little smaller capacity, starting off at about 5.6 ton and going up to about 15 to 18 ton. On this rack, we got a variation of equipment that's available here. We have the pin sizes, which are used in the trolleys for the large air hoists. We also inventory our wire rope slings here, which I said, capacity-wise, we're good up to about 15, 16 ton. We also have an assortment of turnbuckles. Those are 72-ton turnbuckles, I. We also have jaw and eye availability and smaller ones, about 24-inch take-ups on the turnbuckles. Large shackles. These are the blocks for the large air chain hoist. These ones particular 37.5 ton. Got some honking shackles in here. We've got shackle capability here up to 150 ton in bolt style shackles. And we got a few hydraulics here, which are just too big to put on the rack. It's too hard for the guys to carry them around, so they're easier used here. And we also have a very popular item, which is a jersey barrier grab. A lot of the constructions love this. And in Canada, we only have 2 seasons. We have construction and winter. And they're very popular items for lane closures, all kinds of stuff. We also have 2 different size sets of roller lifts, which you can see here. We also have, again, more of the larger hydraulic cylinders. They're just easier to move around when you're inside these boxes or on skids, as opposed to the smaller ones that are over on the rack. We also have 3 different types of air skates, 3 different sizes, and the 4 and the 6 set capabilities. We have more hoist blocks here. Again, we have what we refer to as crazy skates or rotary skates. We have 4-ton and 10-ton skates. We have 2 different sizes of electric mighty winches, which are very popular in small confined spaces. Capacity of 1,000 or 3,000 pounds. And then the balance of the rack is our beta rental stock equipment. The shelf's pretty bare right now because it's pretty popular. I've got 3 sets out west, and we generally have a pretty good supply of beta stock, but we also have the new beta stock available as well. So we have a wide array of hydraulic cylinders and other equipment in our shop here. We have capacity in hydraulic cylinders from 5-ton, which are pretty small, to 400-ton, like these guys right here. We also have everything that goes with it, accessory-wise. So we have hydraulic manifolds, we have multi-length hoses, and we have the pumps from 2-gallon up to 20 gallons in our shop right now. But again, we do a lot of bridge work. We also have a synchronized or an Evo system, and basically can handle pretty much anything relative to hydraulic lifts. We also carry a wide range of air winches, or tuggers as they're known in the field. These are 11,000-pound tuggers. We have from 4,400-pound tuggers up to 22,000-pound tuggers. What we do is we rent these. They're all pneumatic, run by air. The client has to purchase the cable because we cannot test the cable once it's used. The winches are wound with the cable before they go out and tested, and then they're stripped when they come back. Usually the customer keeps the cable, and then when they come back bare, just like this. Very popular item. LGH's niche in the rental market is probably its overall process. So what happens is when we purchase new equipment, it automatically comes in and gets painted up with our signature green paint, and then it goes onto the storage. So when an order comes in, what the guys do is they'll take the equipment, bring it in. If it's a winch, if it's a hoist, they'll chain it up, and then they'll run it over to the test stand where, like I said, was tested to 125%, for example, for a hoist. And then the certification papers are done based on the serial numbers, and then it goes out the door. When it comes back, depending on what it is, that unit will be stripped. If it's a chain hoist, it'll be stripped of all of its chain. It'll be checked over for the braking system, whatnot, what's affiliated with the hoist, or a roofer's hoist, or a winch. And then it goes cleaned up and goes back into the paint booth and is repainted again. So that every time a piece of equipment goes out the door from LGH, it's tested, it's certified, it's painted, and it's ready to go. I want to thank everybody for coming along on this tour of our warehouse, the LGH Canada warehouse in Oakville, Ontario. I invite you all to go to our website to see the capabilities and options that LGH Canada has by going to www.rentlgh.ca. Anybody that wants a tour of our facility to get hands-on and actually see the equipment, by all means, get in touch with me. Be happy to bring you in, get you a coffee, take a tour of the shop, and see what LGH Canada has available for your rental requirements.